Hello and welcome everyone to the Titan Gaming tournament, Rainbow Six Siege tournament. Today, this game of drones will be facing off against Cypher Gaming. It's the first game I'm going to be casting of this tournament, and it's the first game of both of these teams I'm going to be casting because I think both of these teams are new. Obviously, we do have some popular names here in both of these lobbies: Ergo, Vlad, Quite Gardle, Wicked. All of these established players as well in Cypher Gaming, Gamer Geek, Cloudy. I think I've seen a few of these in the lobbies, but all around sure to be a pretty interesting game. So without further ado, I think we're going to head straight into it. I'm not really going to do an intro because I don't know any of these teams. So yeah, they will be facing off on Coastline. Game of Drones will be starting on attack, Cypher Gaming on the defense. Obviously, Coastline is traditionally attacking sided map, so heading into it, you would give the immediate advantage to Game of Drones. Starting on overtime, Cypher Gaming will be starting on attack. So, without further ado, let's transition into that, and here we go. So, like I said, a few well-known names on both of these teams, but looking at it, I think both of these teams relatively new. Cypher Gaming will be starting the banning phase out here. Coastline, traditionally you'd see a Thatcher ban, maybe a Monty. We know how strong Monty is on hookah or kitchen service, so would expect at least either a Thatchy or a Monty ban. There we go, Thatchy, the first one. Please tell me I'm going to be correct on both. I just love it when that happens. The caster predictions always just come out. So yeah, like I said, either Hibana obviously strong on this map, or Monty. It will be Hibana actually, so there we go, the Hibana ban coming through. We know how strong Hibana is in that square area. You don't really have to expose yourself to open up that lounge wall into billiards there, as well as when you're attacking kitchen service to open up that pantry angle from the main lobby door. So not too surprised to see that one coming out on the defense. Maybe a Mira Maestro. Mira coming out is the first ban. We know how strong she is on Penthouse. On that side as well, even on kitchen service, can deny plant on default, kitchen service door, so not too surprising. Would not be surprised if you see the Maestro ban coming out. Know how much he's banned, especially on this map. He is extremely strong. So Echo, the other Intel operator, almost had 4 out of 4 on my bans there, but yeah, nonetheless, let's see how this plays out. Cypher Gaming obviously starting on the defensive side, so I'm actually quite interested to see where they start with this. Obviously, traditionally, hookah and billiards is the primary bomb site for most teams, but in recent history, we've seen Blue Bar and Sunrise, kitchen service become more popular. So hookah and billiards it will be, bringing the Bandit, the Jaeger, the Mute, the Doc, and the Vigil. So a lot of utility on this lineup. You have the Jaeger to cancel those throwables, as well as the Mute to deny the drone work in tandem with the Vigil. Can prove quite good, but looks like he will 6-pick off of that Vigil. On the attacking side, let's look at that quickly. There's 2 soft breaches there, the Zofia and the Ash. The Jackal to track those footsteps, as well as I believe that was the Buck and the IQ to round it out. So definitely a lot of utility on the attacking side as well. But starting with this now, let's see how this team decides to set it up. So traditionally, you'd obviously dump a lot of utility here in this hookah area. I know a lot of teams like to push in through this doorway here at hookah, or even in aqua. So let's see what this turns out to be. Obviously, we talked quite a lot about this Mute Mozzie combo. Both of these operators counter drone work quite substantially. The Mute obviously places that I believe it is the EDD I actually don't know what the gadget's called. Yeah, that is befuddling me at the moment. But yeah, places that Mute Jam obviously has that area of effect, that semi-sphere, cancels out the drones, just loses signal inside of them, as well then the Mozzie to capture those drones. So definitely going to struggle to do that drone work, but a quick peek coming out here from the Cloudy here on the Mozzie there. Does a lot of damage there onto Vlad the Zofia on about 15 HP now. Definitely getting a lot out of that early engagement there. Cloudy, well done for his team. Now, Cypher Gaming already with a quite decisive lead in this, because losing if they lost the Zofia, that would have been quite catastrophic. We know how useful Zofia is in terms of a utility, in terms of that M762. But Cloudy on the other side of the map, this man will be continuing his fragging, takes out the Ash there, so leaves the one soft reach on almost no HP. But on the other side, Wicked does answer back onto Black. I don't know how to say that name. The bandit gets dropped. So you see here Vlad pressuring into the study area. Teammate is currently droning him out. Establishes that the Mozzie is currently playing in blue. Or is that study? No, that's study itself. So might find this engagement. Spots the head, but the Zofia to win the gunfight. Revenge of that early gunfight to come out in the spawn peak. So on the other side of the map, yeah. Thought someone else got dropped there, but it's just that one engagement that went through. So now Game of Drones with the decisive man count lead, although the HP not necessarily in their favor. Gamer Geek left on site here, defending into Aqua. Both Fierce Munchkin and Slixy, I don't know how you would say that. The Egg and the Mute holding this blue stairs area. The Doc playing an aggressive angle here. He might just spot the Zofia. Indeed, he does. Injure the Zofia, but you need to remember that is the operator that can heal herself up, but don't really need that if you have a quiet Gargle on the Jackal to pick him up. So now, Game Geek actually overstimming himself. I believe he took a bit of damage from the Zofia there on the top main stairs there. So it looks like the brunt of the attack from Game of Drones will be coming from this VIP lounge area. See Vlad opening up that soft walls, while Ash now, that's quite Gargle on the Jackal, swinging into that long hallway area as well. NME, the Buck from down below, opening up into Aqua, establishing that Aqua is clear. That's going to help out IQ. She can now push into this, knowing there's no one in Aqua. She can go for this plant, but when you look at the diffuser, it's currently on Vlad. That means quite Gargle and Vlad here will have to really pressure on into this attack, and through, well, NME gets the kill, and that's onto the Dock. So now only Arsley and Mute here left live on the site. Mute decides to pressure aggressively into this long hallway, but 10 seconds left on the clock. They need to start pressuring onto the attacking side. Arsley, he can defend this from a very passive spot, but Mute picks up one. Jaeger does get dropped. Now Mute left last alive. He needs to clutch this out for his team. SMG11 in hand, 100 HP, but the G8A1 with the black ice proving too powerful. That's IQ to lock out the round. So great work there from the attacking side, not getting too shaken up by those early engagements. You saw the Mozzie, I believe it was Cloudy, got that a lot of damage done onto the Ash, or killed the Ash, however, and did a lot of damage onto the Zofia of Vlad, and it didn't really look like it shook team Game of, what is their name again? Game of Drones. I'm still getting used to these names, quite out there names. But yeah, that's a pretty big one. Yeah, so in chat, people are noting that the Jaeger Elite is not allowed. Indeed, it is not allowed, but I don't think we are too strict on that at the moment. I don't actually know what the admin call on that would be. Obviously, within ESL rules currently, the only Pro League skins, i.e. the team skins, the Golden Pro League skins, and then what are the other ones? The default skins are allowed, so not too lenient ESL on those skin rules. Like I said, I don't think we are too strict on that, but yeah, it's not looking good either way for Cypher Gaming here. They'll definitely need to shake things up if they want to win this, and shake things up they do. Fierce Munchkin here on the castle. Let's see where he places these out, because castle, you don't really see him played here on Hookah Billiards quite a lot. So see the one castle barricade here into 90 hallway, the other one into the VIP lounge area. So looks like a quite interesting placement. So I'd actually like to see where he places this last one out as well. You see a smoke on the board for the first time. Okay, the last panel does go out on this aqua balcony area, so definitely going to help in the initial pushes from Game of Drones, but I don't think it's going to stall them out too much. I mean, you have two soft breaches here on the board, Vlad and Ergo, the Ash and the Zofia. And the combo there coming out, and a quick engagement here early on coming out from Gamer Geek, the Bandit here. 0 for 1 thus far in this game, gets flashed out here in study. C4 does get ripped and he does connect onto it. Ergo getting dropped once again, being the opening death for Game of Drones. That's quite unfortunate here, losing the Ash so early on. The Ash typically one you'd expect to frag out, but Zofia trying to answer back onto that frag, sprays through the wall, does not get the bandit, whiffs the shots, and there with the G8A1, the black ice once again, Wicked does refrag it onto it, but they've lost 2 players now already, 2 very valuable operators, the Ash and the Zofia, no more soft breach other than the buck on the board. So, if I'm not mistaken, that means the castle barricades will stay up for the rest of the game unless they are meleeed out. But from down below, he spots the castle with a buckshot in hand. He opens up the floor and gets the kill onto Fierce Munchkin. That is your castle dropped and now equalized out into a 3-on-3 man count. NME taking a lot of damage from up above there from the Jaeger as well. The Jaeger taking a bit of damage, but they have a dock on the board, so he could get stimmed up if they need. Indeed he does. So now Cloudy here on 100 HP, quite Gargle, Enemy, and Wicked, the IQ, the Buck, and the Jackal. They need to regroup. They need to start thinking about how they're going to do this, because now the 3-on-3 man count, 1 minute 20 left on the board, but they have almost no map control. Sure, they've got the downstairs area, but they need to start pushing and translating this into a side take. So it looks like the main push will come out here from the study area. See the IQ here entering into master bedroom, and the Jackal now entering into VIP, but you need to note the castle barricades. This is what I was talking about. You've got the Zofia and the Ash, but when they get killed out, what are you going to do? They need to melee this out, and that's going to wait a lot of time. Finally does get the castle barricade off the wall, but now Enemy from down below, he's still putting on a lot of pressure here into the player in Hookah. That's Cloudy on the Jaeger. He's holding a bullet hole into 90 hallway. Don't think the drone spotted him out, so if a Wicked decides to swing this, actually no, Wicked is swinging into Aqua. The dock is in his crosshairs, but on the other side of the map, Quite Gargle does get the kill into Cloudy. That means he did indeed spot the bullet holes on the drone. So now the Smoke and the dock here left last life to make this work. Smoke here holding into the long hallway, but the dock supporting him, gets the opening frag, but gets dropped himself there by the IQ. Great work there from the IQ, but the Buck does get dropped now in 1v1, the Smoke and the IQ. He doesn't know that he's planting. He's going to try and wait this out on time, but finally the call does come out. The diffuser is planted. Now in a post-plant scenario, the G8A1, a very good spot here for the IQ of Wicked, but he does get spotted out by the default there. In Aqua, swings the corner, but the SMG-11 not enough. The recoil too high. He cannot get the headshot. A trade, actually. Wow. Okay. Still means it goes to the attackers because of the change that actually came out, I believe quite a few seasons ago. If you didn't know, in previous times, if you got a trade, no matter the circumstances, you would have gotten 1 round each. But after UB changed that, if the diffuser has not been planted and you get a trade, the defenders win. If the diffuser has been planted and you trade, the attackers win. Makes sense. It's logical. So I'm quite a fan of that change. But that does mean Team Gamer Drones are now 2 rounds up on the attacking side of Coastline. Cypher Gaming will be heading back to Hookah and Hookah Billiards and see what they can do with this. Looks like the operator lineup is exactly the same, so no real switch ups here. It's just going to be it's basically them saying it's not us not believing in our strats, it's we believe our gunfights just didn't turn out well. We got unlucky. So I want to see what Team Cypher Gaming does to answer back to Gamer Drones' aggression, because they've been losing out their early gunfights, but somehow they're able to translate this into a late side take, and they win it out both times now. So definitely want to see how the rest of this game works out. If Cypher Gaming is able to answer back to that aggression showed by Gamer Drones in those late game scenarios, or if it's just going to be a stomp by Gamer Drones this whole attacking side. So the attackers now spawning in. Looks like, yeah, the same operator lineup from the attackers as well. So this is basically just a redo of the previous round, but let's see if it is a redo and if Gamer Drones win it out once again. Honestly, I'm feeling Gamer Drones at the moment. They are doing pretty well, but looks like a lot of aggression coming out from the defensive side. You see Gamer Geek and Cloudy here, the Jaeger and the Bandit. They're aggressively holding the south side downstairs area. Looks like the main lobby area is getting droned out, and that's the Wicked there, the IQ pushing on into square, into courtyard here, but they don't know about Cloudy and Gamer Geek. If they don't get droned out, they will wreak havoc here, but Vlad gets the opening pick. A great one there onto Cloudy, but it does not look like they know about the Bandit. Swings the corner. A bit of damage taken there by Vlad on the Jackal, but now they know of this player's position. The IQ starting to pressure on into this logistics area. Now they have him pinned. They know he's in this corner. Who is it that's going to get the kill? It's Wicked. And that now is a 5v3 man count in favor of Team Cypher Gaming. Now all three players left on the defensive side on site here, so a lot to play with here for the attacking side. They now have a lot of map control. They can translate this into a side take, and notably, both the Ash and Ergo on the Zofia are still on the board. That means all of the soft reach is still on the board, which means they can take care of these castle barricades. Going to the overview quickly, looks like both the Zofia and the Jackal there pushing into Aqua, whilst the IQ and the Ash here pushing into VIP. So it looks like a bit of a pincer movement will be coming out, but Arsley swinging there, spraying on into the Aqua area, but he gets pinned from down below. Can't really swing that as much as he wants to. Takes a bit of damage, but stims himself back up with that Doc Stim pistol. So 1 minute left on the board. The attackers need to start making a move, but they definitely are making a move. These guys have so much map control, they just need to translate this into a side take. The smoke canisters start getting popped. One still left in his back pocket, getting droned out here. The smoke inside of Hookah. Doc here in Billiards room, just playing it oh so passive, and Fierce Munchkin holding the long hallway, but the bomb's getting planted. Somehow the smoke canister not connecting. This flashbangs come out, and that's the diffuser planted. A post-plant scenario now. Blacks with the SMG-11 sprays into Aqua, but both of his teammates get injured. The Doc whiffing a bit there, but finally does connect onto the Ash. Finally gets dropped. Now it's Blacks left, last live, SMG-11 in hand, sprays onto the first, downs the buck, but eventually the Zofia to finish it out. Well played there from Team Gamer Drones, and that now means it's a 3-0 lead for them. So I would be really surprised if Cypher Gaming head to the same bomb site. Indeed, they do switch it up. Honestly, after losing 3 in a row, I would have switched at 1. I mean, 1 or 2 max. Going to the same site that you've lost out for a 3rd time in a row, it's not the play. But now switching it up, going to Penthouse and Theatre. Notably, we see the Alibi. It's a pretty strange one. Indeed, it does get 6 picked off of. So exactly the same operator lineup here for the defenders. And notably for the attackers as well. So looks like just the same operator lineups on both sides of the board, just a different bomb site in Penthouse. So this is where Cypher Gaming needs to start winning out some rounds, because they are so far behind. Sure, it's an attacking sided map coastline, but you need to at least win 1, 2, preferably 3 rounds on your defense. It's not a good scenario to be in a 3-0, because that still means at the very least, Gamer Drones has 3 rounds on the attacking split. Who knows, maybe it becomes 4, maybe 5, maybe 6. You can't write these guys off. Gamer Drones are a very good team. Ergo, Vlad, Quite Gargle, Enemy, Wicked, all of these established players within the scene. We know how good these guys are. We know how much damage they can do. So I would not be surprised if they win this one outright. I'm giving it to Gamer Drones as it stands now. These guys are playing out of their mind. They're losing players early on, sure, but that's an easy adaptation you can make. The thing that Cypher Gaming aren't showing to me is teamwork. They are losing their players on far roams, not assisted by team players, not able to get refragged. Sure, it works out once or twice, but once they get killed, they just leave the players on the site, and that is Gamer Drones. That is just them. Oh, please do it. Please. Now 2 players stuck in the shower area, and that's Ergo to get an opening kill off of what I can only describe as both Cloudy and Fierce Munchkin there on the mute, playing very dumb. That is a very dumb angle to swing when you know guitar hallway doorway is open. So unfortunate there for them to lose that player so early on, but the Bandit gets a great headshot there onto Wicked. That's the IQ, one of the top fraggers for Gamer Drones off of the board, but Quite Gargle on the Jackal. Actually, that's Vlad on the Jackal now. Gets the kill, answers back. 4 to 3 man count in favor of Gamer Drones. From down below now, enemies starting to open up. Notably, no hard breaches on the board for Gamer Drones, so they won't be able to open up that penthouse wall. See here, the attack is starting to take control of this downstairs area, notably here in jungle. They're going to start pushing onto this main stairs, but Ergo gets another for himself. now 3 for 2 in this game. So far, he does get the kill into, I believe that was Gamer Geek Doc. But Vlad here, looks like he wants to rush. Indeed, he does. Swings the angle, but does not spot out. I believe that is the Jaeger of Blacks here at the top mainstays in this hallway. A very good spot to maybe an unsuspecting flank, but looks like Zofia pressuring on into this guitar hallway. But Blacks there, the Jaeger does get the first kill, and a great opener onto the Jackal. But Ergo now knows where this player is. He's going to start trying to pincer him. NME here down below the stairs as well as Ergo. They're going to lock this player out. Fierce Munchkin left last on the site. He knows there's a player in this guitar hallway because of that the proximity mine, but the Ash just aggressively dropping into showers does get the kill onto Fierce Munchkin. Now a 3v1 scenario, the bomb is getting planted. Blacks, he needs to do what he can. Here at this top hallway area at landing, he can't really do anything. The diffuser gets planted, he's on about 25 HP. Sprays on into guitar, but just no damage done. He can't really do anything. The 416C carbine, one of the best guns in the game, but when you're at such a bad position, you can't really do anything. 30 seconds left on the board. This is going to be a round for Game of Drones, and this is not looking good for Cypher Gaming. Blacks knows there's a player down below, tries to get the frag, but Buck gets the kill there with the shotgun. Enemy to close out the round for Game of Drones. So a 4-0 lead now for Game of Drones. This is definitely not looking good for Cypher Gaming. They need to start winning out rounds if they want any shot at, well, even just pushing into overtime. As it stands now, Game of Drones are just going to steamroll these guys. I'm going to be honest. This is really not looking good for them. So Cypher Gaming will be heading back to Penthouse and Theatre. No operator changes as of yet. Well, it looks like the mute has been dropped for the smoke, so one operator change, but we've seen them run the smoke a few times previously. If I'm Cypher Gaming now, I'm going to start pulling out some wacky strats, something Game of Drones isn't going to expect, because they're expecting everything and they're winning it out. This is just not good for Cypher Gaming. Everything they're trying out just is not working. That is one of the most frustrating places to be in as a Rainbow Six Siege player. I think we've all been in that scenario, whether we're solo queuing or our team just isn't doing well. When you're in a situation where you're doing genuinely everything you can, you feel like your team is playing well, you're gelling well together, you're doing what you can, but you're just losing it out. The opposing team is just better in every way. It's frustrating, and it's hard to cope. So Cypher Gaming, maybe their mental is low, maybe, I don't know what's going on, but these guys need to step it up, and they need to retaliate and answer back to Game of Drones' absolutely dominant play thus far. So you see the attackers here maybe starting to enter into this kitchen service area, as well as the rappel here onto the DJ balcony. Notably, looks like the castle actually roaming down below. Not one you'd necessarily expect to roam. The castle there with the UMP, from the words of what's the player's name? Canadian. I'm playing with the worst gun in the game, and I'm still doing good. So it's almost definitively the worst gun in the game, but while I'm on my rant, Cloudy does get killed out. That's the dock off the board. Not really one you want to lose early on. You want those stim pistols to be of some use, but, well, he might have the worst gun in the game, but he gets the opening frag for their team. Wicked now dropped one of the top fraggers on the side of Game, or the top fragger on the side of Game of Drones, so, yeah, great kill for him, but Ergo answering back. That's a kill onto Fierce Munchkin, and they are collapsing onto the site. Gamer Geek needs to do something. He needs to fall back because he's currently being held here by Vlad. He knows where he is. He's pincered inside of Sunrise. So he now does get killed off there, down below, and the Zofia holding a very impressive angle does get the player there. Arsley, the Jaeger on site, now left all to the smoke. Blacks, the same player I believe as last round that was left alive, now in a 1v3 scenario. 1 minute 20 on the board. This is not looking good for Cypher Gaming. Here's the play on the stairs, but it's the Buck to finish it out once again. Enemy to get the final kill, and that is Game of Drones to just absolutely, I don't know what to say at this moment, because these guys are just, they're just winning. It's just working. they're not necessarily playing to some insane strat with some wacky new thing bringing to the game. They're just playing vanilla Siege, and they are playing it to an absolute insane degree. These guys, sure, they're not all of the time they're winning their opening gunfights, but that doesn't really matter. These guys are able to just lock out the players on Cypher Gaming, just absolutely make it, just, how do I say this? It's hard to translate this into words because it's genuinely so insane what they're doing at the moment. They're just able to realize the teeny tiny flaws on the side of Cypher Gaming's defense, where what I'm seeing from Cypher Gaming is they're playing unassisted roams. And what I mean in that is they are playing roam strategies where they can't get the refrag. Once the roamers die, the anchors are left last live on site. There's just nothing you can do in that scenario. When you are a smoke with an SMG-11 on site, no utility left, 3v1 scenario, there's nothing you can do. That is on your team for dying early and not being in a position where you can refrag off of them. So, if I'm Cypher Gaming, I'm telling my roamers to back the fuck up, because these guys are just dying early on and it's not netting them anything. Because Game of Drones, even if they lose out the opening gunfights, they're able to lock those players out, absolutely punish them for their plays, and then just translate it into a side tech, which has been working each and every single time. I don't know what to say, but Game of Drones, well done. Well done, you guys are playing well. So the attack is now spawning in on the roof already here of Square. And the bomb site is here in Kitchen Service, the first time we see Cypher Gaming pulling that out. And I support that because it's not looking too good for them. At least try something new out. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. At this point, just try everything you can, man. You're gonna lose this game either way. Game of Drones are just absolutely slapping them. They are putting them in the grave at this point. A 5-0 lead, and that is Vlad to get the opener, and that's a pretty big one. Black's now off of the board, the Jaeger. See the Vigil here in Aqua getting a bit of damage there done onto the Jackal of Vlad. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Vigil is in a position where he can't get refragged. Sure, they're playing in duos. They are backing each other up on the roam, but what does that even mean? When you can't fall back as a player, as a roamer, and you aren't assisted by any of the anchors, what can you do? And now a player's on site. Wicked, G8A1, he's got the black eyes, he's flexing hard, he's on site, does get killed out from the side, but now Fierce Munchkin, he's left last alive, and that is Game of Drones taking the attacking split 6-0. Well done, boys. Genuinely well done. Just great gun skill, great teamwork, great coordination being showcased here by Game of Drones. They are just playing out of their minds. These guys are playing insane. It's genuinely just it's good to watch this. It's fun to see. As harsh as it sounds, it's fun to see a team get absolutely slapped, because you're just seeing some absolute top tier Siege. It's not that Cypher Gaming is playing really bad. I can see them as a ranked stack performing well, because as in a ranked lobby, you're not necessarily going to get punished for each and every single one of your plays. But when you're playing in a top tier game, in a tournament with a 10,000 rand prize pool, you better believe your enemy team is going to play each and every strat they can, coordinate as much as they can, scrim before as much as they can, warm up as much as they can, just be at the absolute top of their game. You just can't make these types of mistakes against such established players and in such big of a tournament. So, Cypher Gaming, I'm sorry boys, I'm sorry that I'm shitting on you, but it's what it is. Someone in chat there, I'm Beach, but Kanye Diffuse, I love that reference. Lol Canadian was so hyped after his UMP play. That is one of my favorite all-time Siege clips, just Canadians shouting. But I'm gonna actually pull up the exact audio clip and play that for you guys while I'm spectating this game. If anyone doesn't actually know what I'm talking about, it's definitely a must-watch clip. So the attack is now spawning in. See a lot of fraggers on the board for Cypher Gaming, but, well, that is Wicked already getting picked off by Blacks, and that's exactly what you need. That is what Cypher Gaming need to get some momentum out of. But Viego answering back. That's Ogo to get a kill for himself. Cloudy off of the board. The IQ, that's a pretty important one to lose so early on. So unfortunate to lose him there. That is Cypher Gaming getting punished quite a bit, because now on a 4-on-4 man count, 2 minutes 30 still left on the board, sure, but you've definitely lost out a big player in the IQ. But on the other side, Wicked, that's a pretty big loss for them as well. All 3 smoke canisters would have still been in his back pocket, so that's a lot of utility to lose on the board. But the C4 comes out, and that's quite Gargle to lock out the kill. A great one there for him to get the kill into blacks. That's the Ash off of the board. Now a 4-3 scenario here for Team Game of Drones, and they are on match point. These guys can lock it out right now. See here, Fierce Munchkin entering into this guitar hallway, but NME's holding it. He knows there's a player in guitar, and if he wins out this gunfight, it's definitely going to be a very big one for them. Both players just stalling out. They know the other needs to pick. This is just going to be, Enemy with a great headshot there. Swings the angle, gets the headshot, and that's the diffuser dropped. Now, Arsley into Game of Geek left last alive. Throws the nade there into Aqua. But what can you do at this point? It's a 4v2 scenario. It's match point 6-0. It's going to be a 7-0. I'm sorry, boys, but this is not looking good for Cypher Gaming. Diffusers in Narnia, your 2 players are isolated, you can't refrag off of each other. Yeah, swings with the SMG-11, quite Gargle looking for a second on this round, whips out the shotgun, the M590A1 here in hand. He's just playing this angle, he knows the player is absolutely pinned in this bathroom area, swings wide, and what a flick there for Quite Gargle, gets the kill onto Arsley, and now Gamer Geek left last live. The Sledge, 1 nade in his pocket, Diffuser needs to be picked up, a minute on the clock, but yep, and that's it, 7-0. Enemy locks it out on the Valkyrie there. Just absolutely great plays coming out from Team Game of Drones. So genuinely well done to these guys. They deserve this. They played this absolutely perfectly. No, not perfectly, but they played it in a way where they were punishing each and every single play from Team Cypher Gaming, and that's what I like to see. When you see a team just not giving anything up, they're just saying, no, we aren't going to make errors, and we are going to exploit each and every single error we see you make. That's what I like to see, and really well done to them. And just quickly, actually pulled up the clip here, so Canadian going on his rant. There it is. Yeah, I just wanted to play that one clip. Sorry if that was a bit awkward. I took quite a long time to actually find the exact timestamp of that clip. But just quickly to round off this broadcast, well done to Game of Drones. They take the 7-0 onto Cypher Gaming. So let's just quickly look into the tournament brackets here. So in the 3rd play day, Team Cypher Gaming, actually Team Game of Drones, will be facing off. Oh wait, so those games have already been played. I don't know how this bracket system is working. So that's the game that just happened. So if I'm not mistaken, Cypher Gaming has 1 game left against Frantic 6, which it's Frantic 6. Cypher Gaming just got 7-0'd. I have absolutely no hopes for them heading into the Frantic 6 game. And Game of Drones, it looks like they've played all of their games. They actually won out against Southside Kings. They obviously now won their game against Cypher Gaming, and they actually won their game against Frantic 6's second team. So they go 3-0 in their brackets, and they end top of their group. So that means Team Game of Drones will be heading off into the playoffs later. I believe that's going to be next weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And I have the quarters, the semis, and the finals. I speak under correction. If anyone in chat, any admins want to correct me on that, I actually don't know. That's just what I'm thinking at the moment. But thank you so much, guys, for joining. This has been quite a fun broadcast. We saw some pretty good Siege gameplay. We saw Team Game of Drones absolutely wreck Cypher Gaming. So thanks so much, guys, for joining. This has been fun. Kanye Diffuse out.